monsters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, guess what? Despite all the odds
and the evens,
we did it. We are back together after long missions abroad and beneath. Because we, as the Dew Brothers, he is Max, and I am Chubbs. And we bring you entertainment throughout space and time. And we made sure we got back together because this is the eve of Halloween.
Ah.
You might be seeing this on Halloween, or you can watch it if you're a horror fan at any time. But since we like to mix it up, we're going back to 1981. Some of you might have guessed already. We're going to Halloween 2, the first Halloween 2.
Excellent.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance, and the gang are all back.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Great, they're already dead.
I shot him 6 times.
Did you?
I shot him in the heart.
I do remember
You did?
He's not human.
he had a real freak out scene there.
Halloween 2.
In this one, he did freak out a lot more, buddy, because he already shot him.
But he kept saying that. I shot him 6 times.
Who is it?
Don't ask who is it.
Yeah, that's not a good song.
There was nothing within
What if that was Michael Myers?
conscience or reason that was even remotely
See, he didn't
human.
kill those old people. Sometimes he doesn't.
Some kind of a joke.
No,
I've been triggered.
that's it. He killed the girl next door.
We don't know what death is.
I kind of think I know. And Kramer. Excuse me.
Janet, go tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones.
Go tell Garrett.
There is no place to
He knows the
hide.
places employees
He
at.
will always find you.
Yeah. The cat was pissed.
What's this?
Son of
It's a
Sam.
Celtic word. It means the Lord of the Dead.
Samhain is upon us. All the time. You ain't
So
gonna
Michael Myers?
know. Weird to believe. You never see it.
Yeah, I know he had a knife. You think
He had a scalpel in this movie.
So he went up and pressing everybody. He's out there for like half an hour.
Mr. Garrett?
Nope. That was actually Jimmy, but whatever.
Man, this movie's been turning Mr. Garrett.
It's one of those really long scalpels. Run! I'll get there. It was probably open.
I mean, the girl went through.
No, they let her in. But he couldn't even check. He's like, nope.
Halloween 2. More of the night he came home.
I mean, if I was a Jamie Lee Curtis, I'd just at least just stop and say, you know, what the hell. Well, this movie, okay, we talked about this before. It's neat because it takes place immediately after. It's like the first movie didn't stop. It just,
Right, let's
you know,
wrap
just-
this up.
Yeah, it just kept going, which was cool.
Right, so let's start there. In the movie, spoilers as always, they pick up right after Loomis shoots Michael. He falls down.
6
he
times.
looks, and he's gone. And he is crazy, but at this point, they always say, Loomis doesn't say it, but he knows he's not human anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he put slugs in his chest and his heart. He's been stabbed or whatever. Now, the controversy. Let's just get that out the way. This is famous that John Carpenter wrote this drunk. And at the last hour, seemed to have put in the brother-sister thing. Now, there's
okay.
debates
Yeah, I
like...
did kind of hear that.
Like, now in 2021 with Halloween Kills out, you know, it's more about Michael wants something else, kind of. But I didn't mind the brother-sister thing, because if you watch the first movie, and it's not that, yeah, he sees her first, kills her and her friends, what's driving him, but they had to write the sequel, and
Yeah.
I don't see, because the TV version adds in scenes of like Lori and her mom find out she's adopted. But
Yeah.
as you said, it picks up right after.
I do
and
like that.
They bring her to the hospital, and the hospital's really dead, but it's supposed to be a small town. Of course, Mike
It's
shows
a
up.
typical hospital in a horror movie.
Dark corners.
Like, I mean, when was the last time you were in a hospital? You walked in the aisles and it's all dark and nobody's around.
I can tell you from
Maybe.
you know stuff that I've gone through. There is always a noise, beeps, intercoms,
Yeah.
lights. But this is supposed to be a really small town,
Yeah.
and we get that. Michael is a little more gruesome. Like, you know, but they added that because they also thought they were wrapping up Michael Myers. At the end, he burns to death, the third movie anthology. But popularity and Mask
But I think, didn't like for a while they had like, okay, if you make a Halloween movie with Michael Myers and you kill 10 people, you know, Jason has to kill 12. You know, Freddy Krueger has to kill 20.
There was always
You know.
people, and sometimes the numbers do cross over, but if you look at it like...
But no, it just seems like they were an arms race. Like
they
each
were.
person had to
No,
be,
you're absolutely
you know,
right. Like, they...
Kill count.
Because Friday the 13th, their thing was how good are the kills? And what's going to happen?
Well, the first couple of movies, not that many people die.
True,
And
true.
towards the end, it'd be like, you know,
Right.
every 10,
But
you know, every 5 minutes.
famously,
somebody's gonna
Halloween, the first movie, he kills 3 people.
say- Right.
Then it's like 6 or 7 more in the second one because popularity started to kick in. The first movie was a straight up stalker. Like we talk about, like it was scary that in the shadow a white face would appear. He didn't come running out. Let me say, even now in the new 2018 movies, he's a little more violent than I like. Like when he dropped the teeth in the thing. That's something like that's something Rob Zombies would do.
Yeah.
Like, Michael stabbed once some people and then backed up and looked at it. But,
Yeah.
you know...
Well, yeah, because some of them, like, you know, like you said, he would stab somebody and look at him, but he'd look at him, like, almost confused. Like, maybe he doesn't even know.
Or did he like it?
Yeah. Or, well,
Or he does not know the difference.
I took it as, like, you know, he's got the mind of, like, a little kid that's
Still.
a killer.
Yeah.
But, so, he doesn't know if he should be... You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a... You know.
Oh, awesome. Now,
I mean, if he likes it, he likes
they
it.
showed in the trailer one of the leads for the sister thing. They go into school. Michael put that kitchen knife in a sister picture. Like it's a family, and he got the girl.
Yeah.
He wrote Samhain, spelled Sam Hain, on the thing. Now, for all you Halloween people, and I know you probably know this, but speaking of hospitals, when I was in there, I read the first book, which is the first movie. But in the book, it starts with like Michael's great-great-great-grandpa at a Celtic festival for the winter solstice. And he or somebody in his family does kill somebody because of the urge. That's the part that people like didn't really like somewhat, but that's the other driving force, that there are voices to Michael that tell him to kill.
Right.
He doesn't know why, and I'm going to say this because it's in the book. He does get erections when he kills people sometimes.
That's scary.
He doesn't understand it. Like
Does
you
it go
said.
like... Dun, 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 dun.
Unfortunately, there's no music when you read the book, but that's a fun.
Well, you got to record on your phone so you can press it. So it's like Michael walks in the door. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
So that way you get the full experience. No,
Yeah.
so, what was I going to say? Okay, so, you know, Freddy Krueger kills people because they burned him. Jason kills
Because
people because
They killed his mom, who
Right.
was killed for him.
Yeah, right. So
That's
okay.
his driving force.
Okay. But Michael Myers, when he first stabs his sister in the
Just
first
snap.
movie, right.
That's why the
You know?
like the Rob
Nobody's ever
Zombie
mentioned that, you
giving
know?
us his real beginnings in a different way. Nobody cares. Even the book, it jumps like the 1963, 67, whatever it is, when he's 6.
Yeah.
Then like
But
there's
no,
no,
that's what I'm saying. I just find it weird that like everybody else has justification
His-
that they can kill.
That's
'cause
why-
everybody's seeking revenge, but he just went nuts.
That's why they
Which is
tried
cool.
the thorn thing. That's a Celtic symbol in the sky,
Oh,
and it
okay.
said, but they, you know, hey, those
I-
movies did that. Now,
I gotta go back because like as far as the Celtic stuff and his spirit, I don't know anything.
well, no,
about
they
that.
didn't even put any of that. And
Yeah.
so they said Sam Hain or Samhain, but they didn't like follow up on that till
Yeah.
way later.
I just
But
ignored that stuff to be honest with you. I like Michael Myers, and
No, yeah,
I was
it-
like, all right,
They
whatever.
tried to add a little why.
Why?
But
But I think they shouldn't. I mean,
I
think about
think
it.
that's where 3, the anthology one with the effing, they took Stonehenge Stone,
Yeah.
right? And the mask. That's pretty cool, but it didn't land. Anyway.
Well, no, because I like the thing. It's like, okay, so, you know, like Freddy Krueger, you know, they burned him alive, and then Jason had all the stuff with his mom
Right.
and all. So it's like, but if you would look at any other real serial killer, like John Wayne Gacy or
lot of
any of
them-
those guys,
Yeah.
they didn't have this
Reasons.
dramatic backstory.
Some had bad
well,
childhood,
no, some of them, right. Some of them got,
but
you
some
know,
just did it.
that's what I'm saying.
Ted Bundy
Or-
was really normal about it.
Right. So that's what I was saying. So I'd rather the fact if you make Michael Myers, like,
A sister person.
you know, no, he's just, you know,
Well, it was supposed to be the first one was the babysitter murders. was
make
the
him more
real
of a
thing.
normal person.
Well, he kind of was until they shot him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Another casualty in Halloween 2. I'm part of the Ben Tramer fan club. He's wearing the mask
in
that
this?
looks... Who? That's the guy in Halloween 2 that the car hit and blows up. It looks like Michael, but it was a kid wearing his mask.
Right.
His name is Bennett Tramer, or Ben Tramer.
All right.
And in the first one, that's the one Laurie says she has a crush on.
But what happens when the car blows up?
He dies.
Ah.
They look
okay.
at his teeth.
All
No,
right.
they're trying to
No,
get
no, I
dental
got you, but-
records.
all right.
So that's just something like
No, because I thought he reoccurred later or something.
in the Rob Zombies he's mentioned, in the 2021 Kills he's mentioned, but nobody's ever portrayed him as an actor on screen.
Right, okay.
So,
Well.
then famously at the end of the movie, Laurie shoots him in his eyes, good, clean. We know in real life it would probably go in his brain and kill him, but he's supernatural. Yeah. They turn on the oxygen in the room, the doctor lights it, he walks out, and that stunt guy, one, it was one of the longest flames on film, but two, the first take, they only did it twice. The first take, he had zippers on his suit, and he melted to his skin.
Jesus.
But he went right back after getting healed up, did the scene. And that was supposed to be the end of Michael Myers.
Well, I guess they were going to say, look, we're going to light you on fire, do all this. Now, if anything happens, we can give you a contract to play Freddy Krueger.
That would be weird.
And he's
man.
like, wait a minute.
Right. So, yeah, and we were talking about this before we even watched the trailer, that this was a nice little 1-2 punch with the first movie and
Yeah.
this one. It wrapped up one night. It's not time jumping.
I like
and
that, yeah.
If it was his sister or not, he wanted to finish the job, and he was unstoppable, but if you melt him, it worked. Because in the other movies, you could cut up his head, but it wasn't him. But nobody's ever blown him up to pieces, burned him, like we said, burned him in his house.
Somebody shot him 6 times.
He got shot 6 times, point blank range in the heart. Look, when we were in high school in the 90s, like, they still had, like, that's when the bad ones were coming out, like Part 5, 6, Resurrection.
Yeah.
That's the ones we had at the theaters.
I
But,
think I get his movies mixed up the most.
because there's so many and they're so convoluted.
And there's nothing like, you know, if you're watching Jason Goes to New York, okay, you see him in New York, you know exactly what movie this is. This, like, the scenery and all is the same. It's
houses and
houses
yards
in a neighborhood.
Right.
And
But,
so it's they're hard to distinguish.
so this was a little Halloween treat from the Du Brothers.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand, but behind the scenes, our missions, we were so, and we live where a storm hit recently in Louisiana, so we're
Mission
glad that we could try and come back for at least this Halloween special. There's going to be a part 2, so stay tuned. But this was Halloween 2, 1981. The trailer, reaction, and review from the Du Brothers. This is Max. I am Chubbs, bringing you entertainment throughout quantum space and physical space-time. Till next time, over and out. Oh, Halloween.
Halloween. The day of Hallows. Halloween.